Hello and welcome back to Quantum Suicide. On the last episode, we have finally had ourselves meet both our male version and our female version. We've had finally a communication between alternate versions of ourselves. As the female version, we managed to make it to the male universe, in which Bonnie and Clyde, ourselves, and the captain were meant to die. There we were given the option to let the male version die or offer ourselves up, which we picked, which has unlocked more dialogue in the male timeline. So here we are. Which is right, in a Bonnie and Clyde scenario, both should die in the event that they lose. Isn't that right, Di? Di seemed to be nervous for the first time ever.
I don't remember saying that.
But you did. What's wrong? Why don't you want to kill the captain?
That's also a weird thing. The female version of us is voiced. The male version is not.
That was never a rule.
But it was, look. I pulled out my tablet and played the recording of the Vampire Children explanation. Indeed, there it was. Surprisingly, Di did not edit that. She hasn't changed the rules in the video as well. Why was Di lying? She was clearly disregarding her own rules, plain as day.
Enough!
I once had an ounce of respect for you, Di. At least you stuck to the rules before.
You will die now!
Okay. What did I skip?
I once
But
had
now,
it. You will have to kill me!
I watched myself walk into the dining hall a second time in as many minutes. There were now 3 of me. So, okay then. Whoa, looks like I arrived in the nick of time.
What is this? Are you replicating yourself?
Yes, I suppose so.
I'm clearly not a replica. I'm much better looking.
Amen to that, sister.
What was up with that pause? It's like the start of another sentence entirely. I may look like a replica. In fact, I'm another version of Zero. I looked totally perplexed.
Stop this nonsense! I want an explanation.
Very well. I'll do my best. The room fell silent, breath bated. After generations of research, I and countless other variations on versions of myself have created a way to travel between dimensions.
So, you're living proof of the multiverse theory?
I mean, that shouldn't necessarily need to be a question considering there's 3 of us. Correct.
What is the manner of your travel?
Peaceful? There's no... Why would... How'd you answer that question? Because it's phrased weirdly. It's a very good question. In a multitude of dimensions across the multiverse, we have created a pocket watch. We created it?
This one?
The female version of me pulled out a watch from her pocket. Correct. Is that not ours? From this one? This watch is a quantum computer that is also an omnidirectional antenna.
Meaning it can send and receive information?
What's usually what antennas are for. Yes, this allows the watches to speak to each other. They are capable of breaking biological forms into raw data, before transferring that data to a recipient watch, which then resembles the biological form from the data in the dimension that it occupies.
How is that even possible?
I agree. Since humans first started researching genetics, it was only a matter of time until being able to break down the human body and brain into data. We aren't as complex as we'd all like to think. So, how does this watch activate? 2 conditions must be met for the watches to start synchronizing. First, an identical watch must exist in another dimension, and second, it must be in range within a black hole. Thought so. I always thought that was what the thing was.
A black hole? Why?
Because time dilation. Black holes are the keystone of the watch's design. The watches are able to transfer data via extremely high frequency waves. You might know them as gamma rays. Sounds incredibly dangerous. Yes and no. My main point is that it can only connect to another watch if both are in proximity of a black hole, which is why we're only here on the ship. That is actually not true. There is one of us that's playing volleyball with a decapitated head for some reason. because that is how the dimensions are connected. Think of an endless number of sheets of paper being stacked on top of each other, unimaginably close to, but never touching. A black hole penetrates that paper, creating a small conduit between them all. So yeah, the black hole is a pencil being pushed through these sheets of paper. Okay. The watch allows the users to utilize the connection to stream the data that makes up their existence into another dimension.
So we're basically traveling through a black hole?
That's what it sounds like. Not exactly. The data that comprises you does, but not your physical form. Your physical form cannot. And that is why we don't suffer any of those high dose of gamma radiation. Looks like he hasn't traveled before. No, this is my dimension. He nudged the female version of me, who laughed and gave him a knowing look. When recreated on the other side, you feel nausea from the brief exposure of the residual radiation, but it isn't life-threatening. Not as far as we can tell, anyway. I struggled to swallow the enormity of this revelation, and I could see that everyone else was having an equally hard time absorbing it too. The watch, the interdimensional travel, it was truly incredible. Radiation aside, my interference here should cause a dimensional branch. What do you mean? Are you familiar with the theory of quantum suicide? Yeah, of course, but the rest of the crew probably isn't. So that's a no then. Honestly, I was pretty rusty with the many worlds interpretation, but I don't want to admit that to myself. Allow me to explain then. At any point in time in which death is a possibility, a branch is created. One dimension in which you die, and the other dimension in which you live. So, dimensions now exist that branch from the deletion games we've played in which I've died. Yes, and the other crew members, of course. Yay! That's the spirit, just celebrating their death. Because technically that means their lives, but it will explain, obviously, varying outcomes in the timeline, or the time branches. Now, it would appear that I've just interrupted your death sentence, which has caused a dimensional branch. Wait, so a version of me will still die? Well, yeah, I can't prevent your death, but even if I do, I can't fix that dimensional version in which you die, but rather create another branch. I will always die. A version of you, yes, but who knows? Maybe you are the version of you to reach quantum immortality, or maybe I am. Okay, because these are new terms for me. Quantum suicide is obviously the name of the game, which is where you die. I'm assuming quantum immortality is the version of you who always lives, no matter what. The male version of me laughed as if the joke was, if this was a joke, if this was all a joke. But honestly, I was a little rattled.
Alrighty then.
Yeah, I'm on the same page as Die. Just kill one of us. Kill, I don't know, the female version, because the male version knows more and explaining more, and we're currently the other male version. If we die, then obviously we can't get the information.
I know this is rather unprofessional of me, but I'm making an exception for this round.
Hooray! What are you talking about?
Well, seeing as there are 3 of you, I'm going to kill all 3. Looks like you won't be dying alone after all.
Hooray! But that's still one more death than usual. I'd almost completely forgotten. Did you have this issue in your dimension too? No, but I do know how to access the system to put in the override code.
What? I will not allow this!
The dining hall is now in lockdown. Please may I have your tablet? I handed it to him. He swiped it and tapped a few times before handing it back to me, fully connected to the ship's mainframe. Just type the override code here, and we can handle it. We can all head home. The tablet keyboard is case sensitive, please, but I don't know it though. I'm gonna save that. I don't know it though. I don't know what it is. Well then, you may have just signed 3 death sentences at once. You look so annoyed, yet why do you not know it? Why, you're also me. Okay, hold on, let's look at the timeline. Your death, my death. Hold on, which one? Override. My death. Female. Didn't die here in Bidding Wars. Not here. Is this what I'm supposed to be? Nope. So then, oh, I'm switch to go. Do I also go here and don't sacrifice myself? Where I die is that as well. Okay, so I need something else to unlock that one. Enter, there we go. Cool. I guess that we go back to female. Hold on, what's the thing? Happy? Is this the volleyball one? I think it is. Death, death, per. So, per, Aspera, alright, per, Aspera, and per. I'm guessing again. Which one did I pick? I don't know. And not the other. Is this one I asked? It is. No, we got it. If you chose your role, would you still be a captain?
I am most suited for the role of captain.
There we go. That's the mother. Pocket watch? Didn't ask about it. The activation code. It did. I need to work because I don't want to hang out with you. What's in the menu? Leave it till later. Because I didn't want to be in this one, didn't I? Either way. Right, so. I couldn't bring myself to do it. My sense of caution had grown too strong recently. I tried to calm myself to approach this with some semblance of reason, but my mind was in a whirlwind of thought. I had to speak to the voice of reason herself. She was probably on the bridge. Ah, no. I don't like this timeline. It's too weird. The captain's just not to be trusted. Unsurprisingly, I found both Kimiko and Shizuka on the bridge, engrossed in their activities. Good morning.
One moment, please.
Captain, we're now beyond the black hole's ergosphere and should be largely out of its gravitational influence in approximately 8 hours.
So we only have 8 hours left to use the watch.
That is fantastic news, Shizuka.
Hooray.
I've reconfigured the ship's route manually, taking into account fluctuations in gravitational pull. With no obstructions apparent on our long-range scanners, it should be smooth sailing from here out.
In quotation marks, considering we're still inside a death game.
Again, well done, Shizuka.
Can I go back to bed now?
No.
Of course. You have earned it.
Shizuka yawned, throwing back her head in exaggerated exhaustion.
Good night, Captain.
Night, Shizuka. She wandered off the bridge and I approached Kimiko.
Good morning, honey.
No. Good morning, Kimmy. She reached out and pulled me into a passionate kiss. After what felt like a century, she relinquished her grip on me and placed my hand on my chest. Just below my shoulders.
Why are you not asleep? Do you miss me too much?
Just kill me now, please. Kimiko beamed. Actually, I came to speak to you for your professional counsel.
Oh?
I removed the watch from my pocket watch, proffering it? Okay. She regarded it as with awe and as it sat in her hand softly glowing.
So it works?
Obviously. I don't know, I haven't pressed any buttons since the lights turned on. Kimiko nodded in approval.
If there is any doubt in your mind or gaps in your knowledge, it is wise to delay action for the time being.
What do you suggest I do? What if I never know what will happen? What if I never know what will happen? I just need someone to tell me an answer. Do I press it? Or I'm just gonna press the button. There I go. Yeah.
Sometimes we ask the wrong questions.
What is the right question?
If I knew that, I would have already told you.
I don't think you would have. I feel like you're just giving me more riddles when I'm still trying to get my head around the last one.
Let us take a new approach then.
What do you suggest?
How about we set some rules?
Rules? I'm not following, sorry.
The pocket watch is currently active, but we are not going to press the button.
Why not?
But perhaps if the right conditions were met, we should.
Okay, like life-threatening. I'm starting to see what you're getting at.
If one of us loses the deletion game today, That person should press the button before the execution, in the hopes that it will save us.
Okay, I noted an agreement.
Until we are face to face with certain death, I am not willing to risk you, to risk us.
I'm willing. That's why I pressed it immediately. I'm just wondering, but it is a good idea though. And if it doesn't do anything?
Then I am thankful for the night we spent in each other's arms, and will die a happy woman.
Oh, you won't die at all. Die won't kill you. I smiled. The image of the night before was still fresh in my mind.
From the look on your face, you will be dying a happy woman too.
Nope. I was still shocked with how forward she was when there was nothing between us anymore. What? Moments later, Kimiko transitioned back to the role of stern captain.
The game will be occurring later today. It would be best that you rest up beforehand. I need that brain of yours at peak performance.
Uh-huh. What about you?
I am well rested. Besides, someone should stay here to ensure we avoid being sucked into a black hole.
I disagree. Just drive the ship straight in. I honestly think...
No arguments.
Well, I don't care. I was just saying that I think I'm gonna sleep on your side of the bed and there's nothing you can do about it. I stuck out my tongue at Kimiko playfully and then ran before she could react. Kimiko's room was much like mine. The only difference is that she had luxury of an adjoining ensuite. It must be exciting now to leave your room to take a shower. I slid into her side of the bed, smiling as if taking part in something devious before slipping the pocket watch into the bedside table drawer. The pillow next to mine smelled like Kimiko. Sweet mix of vanilla and strawberries. I inhaled deeply, savoring the moment. This is the worst.
Hey!
Hello. D.A.I, is that you?
Wake up, boring sleepyhead.
Boring sleepyhead. Who's the not boring sleepyhead? I'm assuming she's because she plays games. D.A.I sat cross-legged at the end of the bed, looking mid-tantrum. What time is it?
Time for you to be awake.
Okay, fine then.
So, do you want to hear what I have to say or not?
Why not? I really don't want to hear anything. That's why I'm here in the room with the door locked.
Your room, eh? Take a look around you.
I scoffed for a second before catching myself and realizing that I was still in the captain's bed. I sat bolted upright immediately, face blazing hot.
I already went to your quarters to wake you up after my PA announcement, but believe it or not, you weren't there.
Whoa. I wasn't? Where was I? Did you find me?
The captain then hinted to me that you might be here, after I assigned her role for today's game.
Okay, what role do I have? I'm gonna play it down, why not? Wait, this is the captain's bed? How did I get here?
Nice attempt. I never mentioned whose bed you were in, though, so better luck next time.
Then why did you ask the captain, then? I groaned. I should have known not to try and smile out A.I.
This is fun. We should play mind games more often.
Why not?
Also, strictly girl to girl. Well done on banging the captain.
Not really. It's not a good thing. She's crazy. I don't know. Nicholas seems to be the most sane. I out a hand for a high five, but I was left hanging while I hung my head in embarrassment.
She's a little high-strung for my liking. I'm more of a Beatrix fan. Sorry, was more of a Beatrix fan. I've always liked a cat who can scratch back. Meow.
I mean, out of the two, I have to agree with you. At least Beatrix will only kill one person and not go on a murderous rampage. D.A.I, can you just tell me what you want?
I'm here to tell you your role in the next round of the deletion game, Vampire Children.
And?
Sorry, but you lost out this time.
I'm not the vampire, hooray. Damn, that means I'm the vampire.
I said you lost.
Wait, so I'm not the vampire?
Yup, sucks to be you. Or rather, soon to be sucking on you.
Yeah, I had to think about that. That makes sense. Good one, D.A.I. Did I pretend to pat at the top of my head?
I know it was. My programming means that my witty responses are in the top 0.01% of high-quality retorts.
Wow. Wow, that's amazing. I don't care.
Now, I have better things to do than talk to you any further.
Shame. Thanks.
Good day to you.
Better day to you. Di disappeared at the end of the bed. Her voice came over the loudspeaker for a second.
Thank you all for your cooperation. You are now free to pass the time as you please. The game will commence in 2 hours. Good luck!
2 hours before the execution, more like. I wasn't worried as I normally would have been, though, knowing that a trump card lay safe in the bedside table. Kimiko burst into the room. Hello, what is it?
I am the vampire.
Hooray. So, we knew who the vampire was. It wasn't great that it had to be one of us. Well, we had to make the most of it by partnering up. Don't worry. This is the situation that we were discussing earlier.
You are happy partnering with me? Are you sure?
I mean, obviously, at least this way. Well, actually, no, because we know for a fact that I won't. We know for a fact that I won't kill you. But it gives us a reason to press the button again. Of course, you and I will partner up, becoming part of Bonnie and Clyde. From that point, we will just need to make sure to turn everyone. But who will we kill? The first person we bite will be the lowest. Which is completely possible.
If we turn everyone, neither of us will die.
Yep, exactly.
Thank you. Thank you for not giving up on me.
Kimiko held onto my hands tightly. We can win, promise. We can't, we never do. Kimiko nodded, pulling herself out of my embrace.
I still have some business I need to attend to on the bridge before the game begins. In the meantime, go and use my shower to relax. I will return shortly.
Do I have to? Because I don't trust you. I'll be here. We exchange. Clandestine? Never heard of that word in my life. It smiles as she left. A shower. I'm far more excited about this than I should be. Although something so trivial, I was quite excited about the prospect of showering in the captain's quarters. Imagine unfathomable luxury awaited me. It was even better than I expected. I spent a good part of the next hour in another universe. Somehow, I now felt really positive about the upcoming game. I felt ready to tackle the day head on. Just as I pulled out on the last of my clothes, I saw a flash of light on the other side of the bedroom door. I'm assuming I cautiously poked my head out of the room and called out for the captain. Kimmy? Oh no, that's not you. That's not the good you. It's a bad you. Kimiko was indeed standing in the center of the room. She looked gaunt and expressionless. Kimmy, have you finished all your errands? Early? Kimiko approached. I walked over to embrace her, and she just pushed past my open arms and placed a finger against my lips, indicating that she'd stop talking. She leaned closer. I could smell the villain strawberry scent on her, just like the pillow, and her warm breath tickled my ear. I relaxed into her, letting her arms, letting the warm air wash over, and then white-hot pain radiated from my core, shredded in serenity of the moment. Looking down in slow motion, I discovered that the hilt of a knife protruding in my stomach. Blood trickled from the wound on the floor. So this is the one that likes to mail us, right? Stumbling backwards, I slipped in the rapid glowing pool that blossomed out of my feet. Kimiko stand over me with empty eyes, crouched down to whisper into my ear.
In no world are we together.
I mean, that's not true, but you're just too stupid to realize it. With this sickening, with the sickening sucking sound, she withdrew the knife from my stomach. I mean, as painful as it would be, I'd probably try and keep the knife there, because at least it's something to block the blood, and if that makes sense. From where I lay, I saw Kimiko disappear into the bathroom, where I just had emerged from. I tried to stifle the bleeding with my hands, but the blood spilled freely between my fingers. She's causing an army. There's going to be an army of them. Because because this universe's Kimiko is going to come in, press the button, realizing there's another version of her. The captain is just not a good character. Well, not necessarily a good character. Not a good person, at least. This is interesting. Definitely on the sense of there's it creates drama, at least. That's what I think I'm getting at. My breathing was laboured, taking too much energy to stay in that. That was almost used all my muscles. My arms dropped to my side, letting the blood flow. Basically, I knew I was close to death because I could have sworn that I saw Kimiko come into the room via the main entrance right after she went to the bathroom. That it only had one exit. I was surely hallucinating.
No.
Kimiko screamed out in terror. She saw the puddle I lay in. Kimiko hauled me up into the lap in a voice desperate.
I get here. She's not in right now. Can I take a measure? What the hell, Captain?
D.A.I, get Nicholas now.
A bit too late to regret your actions now there, Cap.
I did not do this.
I don't sense anyone in the vicinity of your room right now except for you, Captain.
I mean, that's the sad truth.
We can deal with that after. Please, go now!
Fine, but only because I want to, not because you told me to. I need my contestants alive for this next game. It's the best so far, and I don't want it ruined like this. Sheesh.
D.A.I disappeared in a flash, surely spurred by the captain's panic.
Come on. Do not give up on me.
If we survive this, it'll still be interesting, because then we get to tell everything what happened. Kimiko shook me, trying to stop me from drifting off. I was feeling so sleepy low, my head nodding forward, infinitely heavy.
Don't try to talk. Just stay awake. Nicholas will be here shortly.
Cool. Her reassurance made me feel better, even though I feel like floating off more than ever. I saw a giant glint of steel flash behind her. I couldn't react, my body was so heavy. Oh, this is behind. My words of warning were never made past my lips. I couldn't move a muscle to save her, even though she was so easily within arm's reach. The approaching wave of darkness washed over me, blissful and cold. Well then, switch to get automatically defaulting as male. So if I can somehow survive that, but I can't, so I'll try and get a few more things in. Hold on. Where's the timeline? There's the timeline. Okay, this is Beatrix, so if you avoid Beatrix dying...
Is everyone in agreement?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, go, why not? Tie. Cool.
Let's move on.
It appears... Yoshiki, out.
Oops. Oh well. Are we losing?
Maybe I put the money on the wrong horse.
We are.
Yoshi?
Okay, that's good.
Out.
Then the top one.
Congratulations, team.
Nope, this is Nicolette. Nope, wrong
No.
one. Let's see if this
Well,
one.
I got it. But rules are
I've been
rules. The
chosen.
fates have conspired.
Let's go. We'll save here. Pick this one.
Luck
It's
is
not
not
my
the
side.
odds. We're not.
Cool, thanks. Do that. This is us dying, right? But at the same time, there was outside my body. Look at
Stop
myself.
dragging it out.
You want to die sooner rather than later? Well, the sooner you're gone, the sooner we get to the new game. Let's.
Spin the wheel. I came back to myself enough. I was looking at my own, out from my own eyes, and dived a big wheel from mud up yet. She wrinkled at me before reaching out to pretend to spin it. It spun faster and faster. The blood. I kept pretending like it was real, and she wasn't in control of everything. And then when the wheel started to slow, the text legible. One depth, another flip past the indicator. Some of the clear and some ambiguous, drowning, disintegration, the squeeze.
Ooh, it's slowing down now. Anyone want to put a bet down?
Airlock seems the most common, or at least some form of airless situation. Their suggestion was met with angry glares.
Just trying to like.
You'll stop an arrow point on my face.
Airlock aeroplane!
Hooray! I win.
Congratulations! You're going to enjoy a quiet, relaxing time out in open space.
That'll be a bit chilly though.
No suit, obviously.
Would it hurt? I remember that as much as I could about vacuums. I wouldn't like to be running out of air slowly, so I go straight from oxygenated environment to a total vacuum. I would imagine it would be pretty painful. That had to damage my body, right? Maybe I'd die before I ran out of air.
To the airlock.
Though she could easily have vanished and reappeared at the airlock, I'd prefer to lead us there by herself as a tour guide.
And now if you look to your right, you will see the door to the kitchen. On your left, a blank wall. Very thrilling.
Hooray.
Keep moving, keep moving. Well now, ladies and gentlemen,
I think we should skip to the airlock since we've died this way several times.
I won't forget.
Oh wait, is this the pocket watch? Then I remember the pocket watch. That's a good idea, actually. I'll leave that for the next one. So apparently it was something new. Just because this is the first time we've had this option. But I'm leaning not to the captain, because obviously every time the captain gets it, she kills everyone. But with that, hopefully you've enjoyed. Hopefully I can see you in the next one. With that, goodbye.